Hey everyone, I'm Kim.
I'm Terry.
And we are
Two Big Women on a Couch.
And we thank you for being here. Hey Terry, what's been going on the last little bit of time?
You know what, I have to say I've had some really good quality time.
Have you?
Some really good quality time with both friends and family. Friends that I haven't seen for a long time that I've been able to really reconnect with.
Very good.
Also, family time has been grand with the grandchildren who have been so excited about the upcoming holiday and just really getting an opportunity to really connect with them as well. It's been great. How about yourself? What you've been doing?
Well, it's been great. I've had some great connections with family as well, so that's been good. And absolutely enjoying the time with just the person in my life, and just making sure that everybody's just having a good time during the holidays. And most people I know are doing okay. Company from out of town, and that's been fun.
Good.
And but pretty much just taking some time to reflect on the year. So it's been very good. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. You know, it really makes me mindful to think about others that are in our community that really find this time as a real difficult time of year for them. Perhaps they're alone, they've lost family members, or they don't really have a lot of friends or community. And I think this time of year can be particularly hard because there's the expectation built all around this as being a time of joy, a time of reconnecting, a time of really engaging with family and friends. And I think there's others that are amongst us that don't have that.
I would agree with you. I think that some people are really struggling this time of year emotionally. Maybe they're without family or friends or
lonely
things, or they're trying to do things for their children. They just don't have the resources to do it. And there's a lot of pressure on them to do that as well. So, no, I would agree with you that for so many, it's such a joyous season, and they're having a great time, and they remember the spirit of it all. And for others, it's really a difficult time. And I know that things really. When they're really that difficult, and you look at this time of year, there are things like suicide that goes up.
Drinking and alcohol consumption, drug abuse, and I think isolation, and about really feeling really lonely because so many others are reconnecting, and it really emphasizes your loneliness.
Exactly.
And I really like to send a shout out to all those people that are feeling that, and really encouraging them to either find help that they need around that, or to really reach out of themselves and maybe give to somebody else. I know when I was a child growing up, something that we did every Christmas was, after we opened all our gifts as a family, my mother would take the children and we would go to a nursing home and we would ask at the desk, who here doesn't have visitors? And their family has passed away. And we would always take a box of candy or some small token and go and actually spend like a half hour or an hour with a couple of different people. And that's something I've really tried to raise my son to do, and then also pass that tradition along. So I think if you're feeling that, if you can figure out a way to give to others, it really helps.
It's certainly when you are having a joyous time and feeling, having the resources during a season like this to do things for yourself, if you can just extend just a little bit and do for others, it makes a huge difference. So I would definitely agree with that. And for those who are maybe lonely or out of resources or feeling like they need to reach for the bottle or something negative or whatever, I agree with you to have them just figure out where can they turn to, find someone to kind of be there for you, to help you not do those kind of things. Because it is a tough time.
It is, and I would really encourage those that are feeling that way in our community to reach out to our other members, reach out to Kim and myself, and we'll reach back. We promise we'll reach back to you. That's what we're about.
That's what we're all about. Absolutely, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I really would like to really talk about a question that we had that was emailed to us. Do you remember what that question was?
Well, it was Rachel actually, and in fact, this is why we were talking about this very topic. Rachel, was she from somewhere in Pennsylvania?
I think so. Yeah, Pittsburgh, I think.
Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember exactly, but anyway, she was, as you recall, feeling really depressed.
She said this is the hardest time of year for her.
Very hard time. I think there were a number of things that had happened this time of season for her anyway.
Exactly. I think she had said that her sister was in an accident and died several years ago.
This time of year. It was like just before Christmas. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. And what a tragic story, really.
And that because of that, her family doesn't really reconnect around this time, and the expectation of doing that is so strong. And we really wanted to figure out a way to really reach out to her and let her know that people care, and that, and maybe volunteering somewhere would really help her at this time of year. To reach out in a community, maybe with people that are suffering from alcoholism, to reach out to that, or perhaps she could reach out to a homeless shelter, or reach out to a women's shelter for women that have been abused. Any of that might really help her to
Yeah, we sent her
reconnect.
we certainly sent her a couple of tips and ideas on just ways to kind of do that. So, hopefully, first of all, I just want to say I'm so grateful that she actually reached out.
I am too.
And I think that's what we're trying to say. That's really the first step, is to actually reach out to someone, and it happened to be us through this email. So, we've got to be very, I guess, I don't know, proud or something to know that we're here and that she did reach out at a time like this to talk about her depression and how the anxiety and all that stuff that she's going through right now and so forth. So, just giving her as many tips and stuff as we can. So,
and if any of our members that are seeing this and hearing this, please feel free to reach out. And not, just to send her an email through us. Maybe start a thread on that on our forum. Talk about tips and things that you do around this season. If you happen to feel like you might be able to help somebody that's lonely, reach out to the neighbor, reach out to somebody that you know doesn't have friends and family. Reaching out and starting a community if you're not in a community. The only way to have a community is to build one.
Yeah, and be part of one. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, one of the things I'm really excited is that people are very generous. Not everybody, but there are some people who are extremely generous during this season. Very, very willing to reach out, have some hospitality. In fact, open their house to people and have great hospitality. In fact, we were just sharing we just broke bread with some folks over at one of our good friends' homes.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Don't see her very often, but every time she is so gracious about opening her home, providing us with lovely food, lovely conversation,
gifts, games.
It's just a wonderful way to spend the day.
And it certainly really lifts your spirit when you are in the company of someone like that who just invites you in and so forth. So I just wanted to say that's just one of my raves, is to know that there are people like that in this world that actually give so much like that. And I guess on the flip side of that, one of the rants I would have is how mean people get during the season. I mean, they can be really mean,
and I especially get that being in the customer service industry. Boy, I think this time of year when people are supposed to be happy and joyous and at peace with the world and community, they can be mean, abrupt, they can be rushed, they can be pushy, really angry and hostile. And I really wonder how that reflects on this season, and I understand there's a lot of pressure around this season, but what I think we really need to look at is that what it's supposed to be. And I would say that really makes me the maddest, is when people are pushy and angry and unkind to other people. And especially when you think, look, you're with your family today and I'm working today. So I think that's my biggest rant.
Yeah, it's our biggest rant. We talked about that being something that is just very challenging for us.
It is. Yeah.
So we're asking everybody, look, keep the spirit high. Find ways to really find joy, no matter what is really going on in your circumstances, in your life, and so forth. And
And if you don't have a community, find a community. Reach out.
Start here.
Start here.
Start
right here, and I promise somebody will reach back.
We will definitely reach back. We will not fail to do that. So, listen, we thank you for being here. We wish you the happiest of holidays. We hope that 2011 is absolutely the year that you've ever dreamed of, with everything that brings you everything that you want, and that you're able to do the things that you want. So, I'm Kim.
I'm Terry.
And we are
Two Big Women on a Couch.
And we thank you again for being here.